on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see them as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Gina Ritchie, I'm quite confident that worked. It's Tom's Heart of Influence. You know, it's Trajectory Tuesday, and Gina, we have some extraordinary people here to explore the superpower of integrous influence. Gina, who's here?
John Callaghan and everyone, welcome to Tom Goldstein's Corporate Counsel and Business Solutions Heart of Influence. First up, coming from Croton on the Hudson, New York, she works for a process automation company, closing the rate of attrition and loss of money and time involved. Deep connection to tech and its applications. She previously managed a law firm for 15 years, is building a sales team, automating repetitive, intricate processes for law firms and reducing workloads, in some cases from 4 hours to 8 minutes at a time. Let's all please welcome Elisa Silverglazed.
And it's Elisa?
Yes, she gave a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Sean.
sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. Yes, it's Elisa.
No, thanks, Elisa.
I'm the one who gives the thumbs up to the blind guy.
That is perfect, Elisa. You got it. So Plato, Elisa, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than we speak for a year. We've already learned something about each other. And so it could be a fun fact, an adventurous moment. It could be something you're really proud of, but it's a headline, not a story, that will make us say, Elisa, no way. So Lisa, please, what is your headline fun fact?
My headline fun fact is that I absolutely love my job.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Do you know what a micro percentage of the population can say that, Elisa?
Small, very small.
Very teeny tiny. Awesome job. Are you ready to have a little bit of fun today?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. Elisa's ready. Thumbs up to the blind guy, Gina Ricci. Let's go. Who's next?
Next up, joining us from Washington, D.C., he's founder of a video marketing and photography design agency, helping businesses of any size create powerful narratives that captivate and inspire. His superpowers include attention to detail, focus on the customer's journey, and creating simple messages that align with the business's goals, and is a member of the 1999 Florida State Football Championship team. Let's all please welcome Rufus Brown to the Heart of Influence.
Rufus, am I correctly hearing that you're a national champ?
Yes, I was never a lifetime, but I was fortunate to have the opportunity for sports to the have an outline for my life. So it was a great experience.
Awesome.
And I always say sports is the greatest life lesson you can ever take.
Awesome. And what position did you play?
Defensive back.
Awesome. Well, very, very good. And please, your fun fact, Rufus.
This actually is a kid who's come from Miami, who's always city, and then came to DC. But I would say urban deer hunter is an interesting tag for me.
Urban deer hunter. Is that true?
Yes. We have found a way to learn how to hunt in the neighborhoods. So urban, but still deer hunting, not like in the woods, but within neighborhoods. So makes it fun.
Rufus is the urban deer hunter, Gina Ritchie. He's got it. Let's go, G.
Next up, joining us from Arlington, Virginia, account executive for a leading provider of comprehensive payroll and HR solutions, and guides business leaders to help tailor their solutions that fit their needs for managing the most important part of their businesses, their employees. Let's all please welcome to the show, Jack Frick.
Jack, welcome to Tom's Heart of Influence today. And please, Jack, what is your headline fun fact?
I would say I've never broken a bone. Not from a lack of taking risk, but I've just never broken a bone. Very fortunate. So
that is a cool fun fact. Let's drop in the chat if you've never also broken a bone. That is a super cool headline fun fact. And are you ready to not break a bone today, Jack?
What's up? What'd you say?
Are you ready to not break a bone today?
Yes, I'll figuratively break a leg.
Yes, Gina, he's ready not to break a leg and maybe figuratively to do so. Gina Ritchie, Jack's ready. Let's go.
Next up, joining us from Lewis, Delaware, 35 plus years in institutional global asset management, investment, startups, growth capital, and crowdfunding, and is currently working on a venture that will provide new market solutions for investors and innovators and will better serve the underserved communities. Let's all please welcome Claiborne Booker to the Heart of Influence.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
It's Claiborne?
Claiborne.
Claiborne. Sorry about that. Claiborne. Awesome. And please, your fun fact.
Well, I guess my fun fact is that I had my Carnegie Hall debut with the New York Choral Society many, many years ago. So I'm a singer and I've enjoyed being in choirs for many years.
Well, congratulations, and thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gina, in case we need something sang, here we go, because it's definitely not me. Let's go, G.
Next up, joining us from Silver Spring, Maryland, 5 years in the Navy during the 90s and served on the USS Tripoli, LPH, an amphibious assault ship during Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Thank you for your service, sir. A financial services professional helping people plan for an ideal future, and is a founder of a foundation raising awareness of chronic kidney disease, particularly in at-risk communities. Please, let's all welcome Mr. Keith White to the podium.
Keith, thank you again for your service, allowing us to do fun, cool, and interesting things with our lives because we have the freedom that you and others like you have provided. So thank you for that. And Keith, please, your fun fact.
Thank you. It's more of an adventure. I think Gina said fun fact / adventure. I learned how to kayak in the state of Maine for the first time. And now I just love kayaking. But here's the other part. Tom Goldstein taught me how to kayak.
Whoa! Tom Goldstein taught you how to kayak. And I'm presuming the main
and now it's my
waters.
favorite outdoor activity to do.
Outstanding. And I'm presuming the main waters were not like warm.
They were not. And I don't know for sure how cold or how warm they were.
Well,
But,
Tom,
yeah.
if you don't know that, then Tom obviously taught you quite well. So we're ready to
He
go
taught Tom
kayaking
quite
with Tom. Yes, he did not
You
go in
gotta
the
go
water.
kayaking
Gina
with
Ritchie.
Tom.
Let's go. Going to kayak with Tom and LBI coming up, G. Let's go.
Let's do it. Next up, coming from Columbia, Maryland, founder and CEO of a firm specializing in crafting innovative digital solutions and captivate audiences, driving business growth, building cutting-edge apps to skyrocket SEO rankings, and scouting top-tier technical talent. paving the way for a brand's success story. Let's all please welcome, joining us from Columbia, Maryland, Mr. Max Krzyzanowski.
Max, thank you for being here, coming from Columbia, Maryland, and please, your fun fact.
I moved from Ukraine to America in 1994 after USSR fell apart.
Whoa. And what part of Ukraine were you living in?
Odessa, Ukraine.
Whoa, yeah.
And another fun fact, actually, back in the day when people would ask me where I'm from, I would tell them Ukraine, but people didn't really know what Ukraine, where Ukraine was. So I would tell them I'm Russian. But obviously, today's story had to change.
Yes, there's a lot going on. And I had the privilege of going to Ukraine right after Russia was pushed back out of Kyiv on a day that missiles flew over our head, and we brought supplies and, a whole bunch of stuff over. But it was, a fascinating time. So thank you for sharing your fun fact and for being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Let's go. G.
A heroic journey, Mr. Sean Callagy. Next up, coming from Philadelphia, PA, he is co-founder of a business advisory firm providing a business checkup, exposing unknown issues with products, processes, and digital presence, helping companies know their people, products, and customers inside and out. His outcomes are advancing their brand, creating better messaging, and having a clear-cut ops and procedures. And Sean Callagy, his background is M&Ms. Let's all please welcome Mr. Jesse Bruckman.
Jesse, thank you for being here. Appreciate the leakage, incongruities that you're searching out, finding, and supporting people with. And please, your fun fact, Jesse.
Sure. So it was a setup, actually, and I had paraphrased Gina. Where I come from, I had planet Earth, not Philadelphia. So it sets up that people actually know me. I have a sense of humor. And this is where it leads into is that people that don't know is that I have a past life of spending about 25 years in the U.S. Coast Guard as well as firefighting. And my partner decided to put this down as my fun fact is that I could rescue you, kill you, and bring you back to life and whatever is needed. But luckily, I've never had to hurt anybody. But I've saved thousands.
Oh, wow.
That is super cool. Thank you for the protection, the life, the humor, the fun, the wit. And you're ready to bring a little bit of wit today to Tom Goldstein's Heart of Influence, Jesse.
Oh, thumbs up. Yeah.
And he only
Yes,
works with
thank
people
you.
who likes M&Ms, Sean, who like M&Ms. That's what he told me in the green room.
Caramel, pretzel, peanut,
old school.
Peanut butter, like we're all good. M&M store. And my corollary fun fact is I think I've shattered the record of most money spent on multiple occasions in the M&M store ever. More on that later. Gina Ritchie, let's go.
Next up, the extraordinary gentleman who has his first show and brought all of these guests together, joining us from Washington, D.C., practiced at one of the largest law firms in the world and spent a decade as a headhunter for firms, founding his own firm almost 12 years ago, practicing business law nationwide, and grew it to 20 attorneys, many that have owned companies and have been CEOs for well-funded startups, is working with clients, providing networking relationships and helping raise capital in tech, crypto, blockchain, and cannabis. Let's all please give it up for the one and only Mr. Tom Goldstein.
Thanks for being here, brother, and for all that you're doing, making this happen for everybody. Not easy to do, to bring extraordinary professionals like yourselves together. Tom did that. Thank you, sir. And Tom, what's your fun fact?
My fun fact, Sean, is I was in Berlin in November of 1989, just days after the wall opened up. And I was backpacking around Europe at the time, and it was about a year after I graduated from college. And I actually have pieces of the Berlin Wall that I chipped off using an ice pick.
Wow.
So I've got a little bit of history. Got a chance
Tom,
to see some history and collect a little history.
Wow, Tom, that is super cool. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. Powerful, extraordinary moment. And Tom, are you ready to bring a little of that extraordinary moment-ness to today?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go. Gina, Tom is ready. And I'm going to introduce this extraordinary woman who is in a beautiful moment of serving as our role player today, Miss Gina Ritchie, heart-centered, impactful leader in the unblinded space. She is a trainer, coach, consultant, human being, bringing acceleration to people, places in the world, overcame one of the greatest tragedies a human being could possibly overcome to find her resiliency, her love, her heart, her passion, her integrity, which is to cause leaders to come together, merging ecosystems for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion relationships, not a trillion, at least more than 2, to make the world an even greater place. Let's welcome to the show, Gina Ritchie. Oh, by the way, Rockstar is trying to make out there in the Jersey Shore and she runs away, but that's a story for a different day. Gina, what's your fun fact?
You gave it away. So one other fun fact is that a blind man saved me in hurricane waters about, are we looking at 4 years ago, 2020? And that happened to be Sean Callaghan. It happened to be midnight, hurricane waters with about 80 people braving the waters. And that is my fun fact.
Yes, this is a Gilligan and Mary Ann moment in the ocean, for sure, from Gilligan's Island. Gina, let's go.
Let's go. And everyone, let me now introduce our host, the host of the Heart of Influence, the man that Tony Robbins said there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than, who is only one of 2 attorneys out of 1.2 million lawyers at the time that won 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016. And oh, by the way, he's the only one who's blind, named as one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages around the globe, including Tony Robbins stage. I believe we're talking 19 times at this point, Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, and at least, and raised over $10 million for charity between 2022 and 23, and went into the, as you guys heard, went into the Ukraine, into war-torn Ukraine himself on a mission for supporting refugees, and has collected over $6 million for medical providers through his law firm. I think that's even higher than the last time I took that note, Sean. I've never met a more.
That number is actually 700 million. Yeah.
That's a lot more. I'm going to change that for sure. Yeah. That's quite a bit difference. Okay, thank you. That's not nothing. I've never met anyone with more heart for service, who makes sure to be giving value to everyone than he would ever seek, more value than he would ever seek to take, and leaving people feeling seen, heard, and understood. And everyone, let's please give it up for my coach, everyone, Sean Callaghan.
Thank you, guys. So thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And my fun fact for today, yes, I cannot see a thumbs up. I am blind, can't see anything at all in front of me, can't even see the screen, period. But I am a blind person that has taught sighted people to ski, double black diamonds, surf in hurricane conditions, and to scuba dive with sharks. And 9 months ago, I was surfing in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, which is the place that the Jaws shark attack in 1916 happened, that would later in 1975 inspire Peter Benchley to write Jaws. And as I was surfing in, by accident, I hit a shark. It got upset. It bit my surfboard, but not me. Thankfully, Gina, that is my fun fact.
Yes, that was a frightening moment for this team. And yes, thank you, Sean Callaghan.
Yes, and a super fun fact. So, G, who's going first?
Actually, Elisa's going first. Elisa's up first, ladies first.
Okay. And it's Elisa. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Elisa, perfect. So Elisa, we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence, had a little bit of fun, made some introductions, but really, as we all know here, everything happens after yes. In our marketing, in our recruiting, in our consulting, in our training, in our managing, leading, marketing, selling, everything we do happens after yes. But pitching, hooking, closing, yuck. I don't think anybody here who's sophisticated, heart-centered, and as brilliant as everybody is getting pitched, hooked, or closed. So when we have a message to get through, how do we get it through? What does it look like? So that's what we're playing with, Elisa. And so Gina will be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client. She could be a philanthropic fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett, whomever that you'd be going from hello to yes with. Footnote, not Shark Tank meets Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. We're not looking for a 3-minute pressurized yes. But what does it look like when we have substance over form? And the yes could simply be a yes to a longer conversation. So, Elisa, who would you like Gina to be that you are going from hello to yes with?
So I can be really specific?
Yes.
So, Gina, how about if you are the managing partner of a personal injury law firm?
Outstanding. And how many
let's-
attorneys?
Let's say 20 to 50 attorneys.
20, 50 attorneys. G, you're the managing lawyer partner of the law firm. You got a G?
Got it.
Let's go.
All right.
Hello.
But then I'm going to also ask that you say yes to a certain thing, which you'll hear the lead.
That's
You'll
what
hear
we're
the
gonna do. Perfect.
Okay.
Hello. This is
okay. So, and is this a cold call?
Oh,
Or
It
does
could be
it?
Elisa. Elisa, it could be anything you want. It could be
Okay.
cold.
So let's. Yeah. All right. Cool.
It could be scheduled. It could be like a scheduled call.
Okay. Great.
Or it could be
Yeah.
cold.
Let's say it's a scheduled call.
Yeah, you met an event, and now you're having a 3-minute follow-up. Person's like, yeah, I can give you 3 minutes. Yeah. Go ahead, G. Take
Perfect.
it.
Perfect. All right.
hello. This is Gina.
Hey, Gina, it's Elisa Silverglade. I don't know if you remember me. I'm the director of automation for Techromatic. We met a few weeks ago.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, I know time is precious, so I want to be short. I was wondering, does your firm do the medical record request and retrieval process in-house?
Do we do the medical record request and retrieve process in-house? We do. Yes. Yes. We do.
Excellent. Excellent. So, the reason I wanted to get in touch is because we are building customized software robots that does that work. So it automates the whole process of medical record request and retrieval and does it really fast without mistakes and frees up a substantial amount of time for your team to do more valuable work. Would you be interested in seeing a demo?
Wow, that is very fascinating. We are always looking for, more concise processes and that work better. So I would definitely be interested. What else can you tell me about, about your company based on other ones that are out there?
Oh, well, first of all, yeah, my company's actually doing something that I won't say no one, but very few other companies are doing, because we are using robotic process automation, which is a tool typically for the richest of the rich companies in the world, which we have now democratized with our tech partner, and we're able to offer it as a fraction of the price.
Wow. That is fascinating. So, that it sounds phenomenal. I just have like another minute. What else can you tell me more?
What I can tell you is that it is a phenomenal technology. We meet you where you are. We learn your processes and we build a customized software robot that does the work for the firm. So in the particular, that's what the example I gave is just one example, but we are able to build robots that accomplish hours of manual computer work in a matter of minutes. And I don't know about your firm. I actually managed a law firm for over 15 years, and I know that paralegals are notoriously unhappy, unfulfilled in their jobs. There's a ton of paperwork. They're never really caught up. And this technology opens the door to a whole new way to work where your paralegals are going to feel fulfilled because they're doing more important things than the tedious paperwork.
Well, thank you. Sounds definitely interesting. And when can we meet?
Yeah, fantastic. How about if I send you, or actually tell me what works for you? Do you have a day of the week or time of day you'd like to aim for?
You could call me on Monday at 3. Actually, come by the office.
Gina, go get those motions out and stop talking to salespeople. Let's go.
Let's go. Meet on Monday. Bring it all with you.
Where's the motion, Gina, on the Jones case? Come on.
I got to talk to my robot. I'll get back to you.
Elisa, awesome job. We'll get back to some feedback in a moment. Gina, come on. Who's up?
Next up is Mr. Rufus Brown.
Rufus, please. Who would you like Gina to be that you're going from hello to yes with, Rufus?
It can be a dentist office.
Awesome. And so you want Gina to be the dentist or the office manager? Who should she be?
Let's say she could be the office manager. That's usually a hard person to sell.
Yeah, Gina, let's go.
All right, you got it. Hello, this is Gina.
How you doing, Regina? This is Bruce Brown here from CB Ventures. Just to follow up the email that I had sent regarding maybe doing a strategy session with your team about some services that we can provide.
Well, thank you for calling, Rufus. I'm sorry to say, emails get lost in giant piles. I have a couple of minutes. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, we'd love to. What CB Ventures, to kind of keep it very simple, we're a video production company where that we help companies in this age that we live in terms of social media, videos, and getting that message out. We help companies tell that story, just package it in a way that makes sense and is a benefit to the company, but also just for the overall customers.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if we can serve our customers, our patients at a higher level, that would be outstanding. So tell me a little bit more about how does it work? How do you work with your clients to do that?
Well, I think the first thing is when you think of video production, you probably just think of some person just with a camera and they come in there and they bring lights and they just record it and then they give it to you and they say, hey, good luck. Well, we're a little more different. We focus on the business side of how business works, and there's different things that comes with the business. You have customers, you have the overall message, you have your store, you have your communities. Where we come in and we focus a lot more on the strategy side of who are your customers, what is the message that they need, and how to be packaged that message in a manner using video, using photos, and a manner that takes your concern out of it. Doing any type of social media outreach and marketing can take a lot of time. You don't know where to start. You don't know and come in, and we kind of help that process a lot more easier while also trying to provide a solution for you and for your customers.
Well, it sounds interesting. We do have some people that we're working on with that. Can you give me one last quick differentiator? I got about 40 seconds left that, makes you different.
What makes us a lot more different is we focus on strategy and we focus on being your partners. Our goal is not to just go in there and just give you video for the sake of doing video. We want to understand how that process works. What are the things that you're missing? What are the holes that you're missing in terms of getting outreach out to your customers? So what we're differentiating from us is the fact that we focus a lot more on strategy. We are your partner from the very beginning of ideas to the distribution to the actual production. We're there with your partner, but at the end of the day, what our solution is to help you not have to worry about that side of the business in terms of marketing, in terms of the digital age, and providing a solution that helps best for you.
Outstanding. Well, I'm certainly interested in hearing a bit more. I'm out of time now. If you want to give me a call, if it's available for you on Tuesday at noon, we can have a longer conversation. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd love to set up a strategy session with you and we can present some ideas for you.
That sounds good. We could do it over Zoom or you can come to my office. It's up to you. You can let my assistant know. I'll have her connect with you after we hang up now. Sound good?
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Rufus, awesome job. Elisa, awesome job. Gina, I think it's time to get to the feedbackers. And this is what this looks like. Gina's going to ask you for 30 seconds of feedback. 30 seconds, 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on something that can be optimized. And we have a little fun. What would you do in follow-up? Would you rather, since Rufus was talking to a dentist, would you rather have a root canal to have a longer conversation with Rufus or Lisa? I don't think anybody's getting a root canal today, but it was like, yeah, it's okay. Like I'd go for a cup of coffee. Yeah, cool. Or maybe it was a little bit of it okay. And I'd spend a lot more time than that. And I'd go to the Capitol Grill, maybe a little private room, steak, seafood tower, little Wagyu beef, like perhaps, or it was so extraordinary that I would rent a private jet and fly anywhere with Rufus or Lisa, just to have a longer conversation. So it's like, so bad, dentist, okay, coffee, yeah, really great, seafood tower, steak, or like out of my mind, private jet. After 30 seconds of feedback, hard stop, 15 seconds work, 15 seconds will be optimized. Gina, who is feedbacker number one?
Let's go with Claiborne Booker.
Claiborne. Yeah. What say you? And let's start with perhaps Elisa, since she went first, right, G?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, let me make sure I understand the format. I liked how Elisa brought out the conversation, and I think that she was very specific and very helpful. She pointed out the unique qualities that her solution provides, and she tapped into sort of the growing the knowledge of how law firms operate and the sort of frustration levels that they might have. It was very interesting. I would certainly follow up with a meeting.
Cool. Like cup of coffee or seafood tower? What's the follow-up?
I'm more of a seafood. I'd say I'm more of a cup of coffee person at this point, but I'm still very interested.
Cool. All right. We'll start with a cup of coffee. Thank you, Claiborne. Gina.
Let's go, Jesse. Feedback and score for Rufus.
So thank you. So I apologize. I think maybe because Rufus was on a cell phone, I had a little hard time in the beginning hearing, which could be a good feedback. So I was trying to really focus on what he was talking about, and so I lost train of thought. I don't have a lot to offer, but it seemed like he was creating a great rapport, and if I picked up it, I think it would have been fine.
All right. So like a cup of coffee follow-up? Is that what we're hearing?
Maybe. I'm a hard
Maybe.
sell.
All right. Maybe cup of coffee. Not going to the dentist. Come on, Gina.
Next, let's go, Jack. Let's give some feedback to, have you give feedback to Rufus, and the next person will go to Elisa.
So positive feedback for both Rufus and Elisa was they both kind of took a consultative approach. What I liked about Rufus specifically was the focus on strategy. That's something that, with his video marketing, something that a lot of small businesses probably feel like it's outside of their wheelhouse. And so they're looking for someone to kind of come in as a consultant and give feedback on strategy. One piece of feedback or constructive feedback that I would give for him is to lead with that, right? That's the differentiator. Put that at the top of the call immediately, grabs the attention of the prospect.
Awesome, Jack. And what's next?
So I would have a follow-up meeting with both of them. I don't know if we're breaking out the seafood tower yet, but definitely get a cup of coffee with both. So.
And Jack, fun fact, with our team last night, we were at the Capitol Grill, had the seafood tower, had the Wagyu beef and the steaks. So that is a relevant reference point since we did it last night. So thank you, Jack. Did we not, Gina Ritchie?
We did, and it was delicious, that's for sure. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah. So, and where to?
Let's have Mr. Keith White, some feedback and not a score, but what range for Elisa, please, sir.
Feedback. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
What is your feedback for Elisa? What's your feedback? Your 15 seconds of what you would
I thought she was great. Yeah, I thought she was great overall. That's just my first initial impression. As a layman that's sort of foreign to your industry, some of the jargon didn't really register, I guess. But again, your marketing or the client, the prospect, I would say, they know that language. So I would hope so that, it's a good thing. But I thought it was great. No, I don't have much constructive. She seemed very comfortable with what she was presenting. So I think confidence and being able to, flow with your knowledge is super important.
And Keith, so what would your follow-up be? Cup of coffee, seafood tower, private jet? What do you got?
I think seafood tower. I mean, she gave a very thoughtful presentation. So I think this is a little more than a cup of coffee. So
there you go, G. We got a Capitol Grill private roomer. Let's go. Come on.
And next, let's go with Max. Some feedback for Mr. Rufus Brown.
Yeah, it was a little hard for me to hear him as well. But overall, I think if he could have just constructive criticism, if he could have slowed it down a little bit, I think he would have been able to connect with Gina a little better. I think he was asking the right questions, and I agree with Jack. Strategy session, which is a lot easier for somebody to connect and be like, oh yeah, we'll definitely benefit from a strategy instead of just offering a service. I think would be a lot more valuable. So I would definitely follow up with a coffee.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Max, for sure. Gina.
Excellent. So that leaves Mr. Tom Goldstein as our final feedbacker for Elisa, or do we do both for our guest?
Elisa. Yeah. So for Elisa, Tom.
Yeah, I thought you did a very good job, and making the point that you can save a lot of time and save a lot of money. And I may be biased because I'm actually I'm actually in conversation with Elisa to use her robot with my firm. So let's put it this way: she did a good enough job there. She did a fine job there. So I'm definitely Seafood Tower.
Let's go.
Yeah, and you got me hungry for Seafood Tower now. So
Tom, would you add the Wagyu beef? The Wagyu beef is like a mid-course. Like, would that come up or no?
Yes. Oh God. Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Thank heavens. Thank heavens.
Seafood Tower and Wagyu beef and let's see. Ribeye steaks are on sale at Whole Foods for I think for one more day. So
Tom, that's awesome. And Tom, you know what time it is. This is the time when the team, Gina today, is going to be putting me on the hot seat. Just remember, Tom, please take it easy on me. Please. Gina, what do you got?
All right. So here's a couple scenarios, Tom, and you're going to help me pick which one we're going to go with. So one scenario is Sean. So here's where Sean has to go to from hello to yes with someone, right? To get a yes, just like you guys did. So one scenario is that Sean has to go from hello to yes with Tom Brady to donate $1 million in support of the veterans of our country, and especially disabled veterans. So Sean has to go from hello to yes with Tom Brady to support disabled veterans in this country who risked their lives and who lost many people in that they loved. So that's the first scenario. Second scenario, Sean has to go from hello to yes with the leading partner at one of the biggest law firms in the world, which is, I believe, Kirkland. It's called Kirkland Ellis, and has to go from hello to yes with that partner as Elisa to have them use her service in their law firm, in their medical revenue, in their medical record retrieval of their medical records. So I might be saying that a little off, Elisa, but I think Sean gets it. I promise Sean gets it. So those are two possible scenarios. And Tom, if one of those resonates with you, great. Or if you have your own, then please let us know.
let's do the second one. The pitch. We don't say pitch. The sales meeting with Kirkland and Ellis.
There you go.
And so, Elisa, could I ask this question? I did hear it. So if you can give me the headline of what your ideal utilization of your technology would be, like what would be the ideal be in a headline?
Well, the ideal is to get on the path of automation. So we start with, something straightforward and simple, and then automate throughout the operations of the firm. So ultimately it's about taking as much of the tedious, repetitive, time-consuming work and offloading that to the robots so that the people can shine and grow the company beyond their skills to fill out a form.
And these are proprietary, like AI created software or robot dynamics, or no?
Sort of. I mean, we have a partner. We have a partner that we use their tech platform, and we build the robots on that platform and deploy it to our clients.
Perfect.
So, and there are AI components, but it's not like using ChatGPT, or it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it can integrate with ChatGPT, but the AI are components of the overall robotic process automation.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's interesting for the fact that we have 9,000 files right now in this new federal IDR system. That's a conversation for later. But Tom, who is going to be the managing partner at Kirkland Ellis?
Let's see. How about Jesse? Jesse, you up for that?
Sure. I don't know what I'm supposed to play, but I'm happy to.
You're the managing partner, and Sean is going to be playing the role of Elisa, and you will be the managing partner who, is the decision maker about whether to engage this technology.
Sure. I'll do my best. Absolutely.
You'll be Mr. Jones, okay, Jesse?
Sure.
Okay. Hi, is Mr. Jones available?
That's me speaking. Hello?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Jones, it's Elisa. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Yeah, I actually have to run in a meeting, but I'll give you a couple minutes, please.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there a better time? I don't want to press you. I know you have
We're
super
here,
busy.
but I'd love to hear what you want to talk about.
Cool. All right. 2 minutes and 50 seconds of counting, and we'll get you out. So quick question. What prompted you to say yes to the meeting? I know everybody bombards you with technology, AI, information, things. What prompted you to say yes to this meeting? I'm very grateful, Mr. Jones, but I want to speak into your listening. So why did you even say yes to today?
Yeah, some of the things that you mentioned, and actually you never really used the word AI, which I appreciate. I think it's an overused word, and I was curious on some of the things that you're engaged with and how you potentially help me or people I know.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And what I'm presuming from what I've read, I've watched your videos, I read your blog articles, is that Kirkland Ellis is committed to being the most powerful law firm on earth, power being integrity-based service efficiency, delivering the greatest results and outcomes to clients. Am I clear on that? And anything more you want to share on the why for you or Kirkland Ellis?
No, that's pretty spot on. Thank you for taking the time to do a little homework.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so could I share a couple things that may or may not resonate with you as we have 90 seconds to go?
No, I mean, tell me, you're here. I got the time.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, so what we're here to solve for is the incongruities of every law firm. Peter Drucker, the creator of the modern MBA program, had 7 categories of incongruities that exist in the world, and they're essentially leakage. They're profit leakages, efficiency leakages, time efficiency leakages, happiness leakages. The reason that most attorneys don't make a lot of money, that doesn't apply to Kirkland Ellis, is because of these incongruities. But the reason that most attorneys are unhappy, and dare I say that some people at Kirkland Ellis are overwhelmed, paralegal staff, attorney staff, is because of these inefficiencies that make everything more challenging and difficult. Our work, simply put, which is what everyone says, and I'll give you a couple of distinctions and differences, is to make things operate truly at a profoundly different level of efficiency, Mr. Jones. So we've created a proprietary partnership where we have a platform and it plugs into every single software you could possibly imagine. It has the ability to use functionality of AI. Of course, that is a dramatically overused word, but what we're really doing is taking everything that could be automated to robots. Like Terminator is here, the future is here, we all know that, but it can really work. And a lot of what people are throwing out there doesn't work. It doesn't create efficiencies. And what I'm proposing very simply, of course, is not for you to believe me in 3 minutes, but if we could have a 30-minute follow-up conversation, I will take you through a strategic process. Like calling it a demo would be ridiculous, that will demonstrate to you on 3 different projects, or 3 different processes, for Kirkland Ellis, how we can create massively streamlined outcomes, save money, increase time, and even morale, which in this point in time, in the most competitive legal job market, arguably in history, and I think it is, I think you probably agree, how we create retention and acceleration. So, Mr. Jones, thank you so much for your time. I want to get you off to your next meeting. How would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute follow-up process synergized demonstration, sir?
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I appreciate you sharing. Top of mind, one concern, this is not my space, is obviously the security side. And I need to speak with my IT and cyber.
For sure.
Put some questions together. What could be helpful is that if you could shoot me over attachment with kind of some things that you address with it to help me bring up to speed, so that when I sit down with my IT people, that we can address that and we can bring that up in our next meeting, or even address it ahead of time to speed up the process, if that's amenable to you.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that very much. That will be done. That will be done before time ends. And shall I set that time up with you or with your assistant as I did this meeting?
My assistant is fine. We can coordinate, and anything that you can provide additional details, please send that over and I'll read through it, or my people will as well.
Awesome. We'll have all that over to you. Anything else I could support you with today before you head off to your next critically important dynamic?
No, I thank you. Thank you for keeping it quick, and thank you for the follow-up. And I'll circle back as soon as I can.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Jones. Have a great day. Thank you.
Cheers.
Out of roll. Jesse, how'd I do as Elisa on a technology I have no idea about besides what you shared? How'd I do in that conversation, Jesse?
So not my full spec myself. So generally improv, I think great. I think if I knew the space, I'd maybe have some a little more challenging questions that could maybe throw you off. So it'd been interesting and love to see it with somebody that knows the space. But I think general people that you connect with, even in a profession like that company, the person you're speaking with doesn't understand that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And with great humility and a little chuckle and wink, I promise you one thing, I would not have been thrown off, but that is fun. And I appreciate that for sure. And great job, Jesse, being here today. I really appreciate it. You did a wonderful job stepping in the role and giving feedback. And Jesse, how was your time today on Tom's Heart of Influence?
Superb. Just happy to support everybody. I was curious. Thought it would be great. So always looking to meet some new people and see new endeavors and approach some things, and like to see what Alice is doing. And I was hoping to get some feedback there because there was some curious things that I really picked up that I think it was great. But we can do that all.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you, Jesse. Great job. Elisa, thank you for jumping into the participant seat. Never an easy place to be. You did an outstanding job at it. Clearly, not only do you know your stuff, but you have a wonderful way of sharing, presenting, opening, listening. Great job on that, Elisa. And please, Lisa, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence, and how did I do as you?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I didn't know I was going to get to see you be me. That was great. That was really great. And this was a great time. This is my second time on Heart of Influence. And I'll just let everybody here know that the last one, I made 3 relationships that I keep in touch with 3 people from that call. That we continue to network together and meet every, 6 weeks or so. And give each other support. So that was fantastic. And I'm hoping to do one-to-ones with all of you to continue that possibility of relationship. And Sean, great job. And Jesse, I'm happy to answer all your questions offline.
Awesome. Elisa, really wonderful job. And I'm so happy to hear that you're staying connected with all those extraordinary human beings. Thank you for that. Let's go Claiborne. Thank you for being here, kicking us off in the feedback seat. And please, Claiborne, how was your time today on Tom's Heart of Influence?
I was very pleased. I learned a lot and met some wonderful people, and very interesting and productive ways of looking at the role play. So I was happy to participate and happy to be here to support Tom and see some familiar faces.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Really wonderful job. Let's go, Keith. Keith, how was your time today on Tom's Heart of Influence? Thanks for being that feedbacker chair and having some fun.
It's a very interesting, different platform. You guys are definitely thinking outside the box with the, I don't want to use the word network model, but connecting people. I think this is a very interesting way to rethink businesses and relationships and connecting people. And Sean, I think you're just personally extraordinarily talented. Like, you just jumped right in Elisa's role and just hit the gas pedal. I mean, I could never. I'm glad you didn't call on me to do that. So thank you for that. But it's good to see and meet some new people. And I know Mr. Booker over there, so it's good to see you as well. But Tom, thanks for the invite. This was great.
Okay. Thank you, Keith. And I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I ran for class president in seventh grade. Class president in 7th grade. I got 2 votes. 2 votes total.
Wow.
Well, thank you for that. But I think, one of the key things that is foundational for me of 20 years of study of human influence and duplicating it in the biggest personal development stages, jury-verdict consulting processes, philanthropy, management leadership, is that it's all the same thing. And it looks natural. It looks charismatic. It looks flowy, but it's actually an advanced science that is duplicatable. And that's our stand in the world and our work. Thank you for the kind words and really did a beautiful job being here today, Keith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gina, we got a couple other fine friends that want to see how their experience was, please.
Yes, let's go to Rufus, our other participant.
Rufus, how was your time today in the Heart of Influence?
It was great. I mean, a lot of other participants, I love that, not pitch, but sales. Cold calls and conversations usually always kind of like a tough area for me, but so I'm always doing, trying to take different tips. So, but I learned a lot just from that experience and hearing the feedback, which is always most important. So give me some ideas of things to adjust, but also just, like I said, take what I have learned from the experience. But overall, I think the experience was a great experience, and I'm always appreciative of Tom connecting me to different resources and people. So great opportunity.
Thank you. And who was your coach when you were national champs in Florida State?
The late Bobby Bowden.
That's what I thought. I was going to ask, was it Bobby Bowden? And if I could have like one headline in how did you relate to his leadership? And I've had, by the way, Quintus McDonald, who was in the 86 state championship team playing for Joe Paterno, Penn State, and went to the NFL. He's in our unblinded space. And I happen to know, a good number of professional athletes, major college players. I was the captain of my college baseball team at Columbia University, 4-year Division I starter. So I study leadership. So I'm curious, if you don't mind, just like in a headline, how did you relate to Bobby Bowden's leadership?
His headline was always commitment to excellence, but that doesn't mean perfection. But he had his thing to just get 2% better, but always be committed to excellence, and that can take you a long way in life.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm present, Rufus, to what it means to be a national champ. That's an extraordinary outcome to make that team, to be on that team, to win a national championship.
Yeah.
Really. So thank you for being here today, and congratulations on your mastery and championshipness. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Gina.
Max Krzyzewski.
Max, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, very interesting. I like the role playing. Definitely very interesting to connect to some people. It was interesting to hear. First, I wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest with you, but I like the role playing side to hear how Rufus and Elisa were able to go about presenting the product and getting the yes. So yeah, it was an interesting setup. Thank you for inviting me, Tom.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much. Gina.
And then we have Jack Frick.
Jack, please. Thanks for being that feedbacker chair, Jack. And how was your time today on Tom's Heart of Influence?
It was great, Tom. I appreciate the invite. Gina, Sean, thanks for running it. I really enjoyed it, right? Hearing others, hearing kind of their style and keeping it collaborative. So I enjoyed it.
Cool. Well, thank you for being here today. And Gina, does that bring us, after Jack, to the one and only man that made this possible today?
Yes, it does.
Tom, thank you for everything that you did today. Again, not an easy lift to bring people together. The most we say this all the time, the business that we are all really in is the acquisition of relationship capital and identity with integrity. And you provide identity and relationship capital to people today. So thank you for that, to us, for all of us. And please, Tom, your final on your Heart of Influence.
Yes, Sean, this is, as you noted, my first show that I've hosted. And I'm very, very grateful to all of my guests for showing up today. You guys are awesome. I think you'll enjoy meeting each other and connecting. And I'm fortunate to have all of you in my life as, people that, who are great connections and people who can provide me value. And I hope I can provide you all some value. And Sean and Gina, thanks for creating this amazing platform and for doing a great job of hosting. And yeah, that's my final.
Well, thanks, Tom. And thank you for your mavenness. Tom's a truth seeker. We had some fun discussions about history and politics, and he's an incredible human being committed to mastery with integrity and heart. So Tom, thank you for doing this today. And because of Tom, thanks for all you guys being here. We have 3 parting gifts, as though this is a game show. First, right? So first, next Wednesday, and I mean this with all my heart, we have a deep practice session in the morning. That's probably the link in the chat. And yeah, that would be really cool for you to come to. But next Wednesday night, 8 p.m., we are running our American Dream virtual experience. And for launching yourself into the second half of the year, I cannot overstate what that is going to be value-wise, and we sell nothing on it. There'll be opportunities to do some more things, but we don't sell anything on it. And it will be an incredible way to launch into the second half of the year. Fun, entertaining, powerful in terms of influence dynamics taught, where to point that influence. So that's next Wednesday night as our gift, if it resonates. Second, we have our group influence book. The reviews have been fantastic that we've been receiving. We sell this book, and you'll get our ebook copy of the Group Influence book as well. They're available for download. What does it look like when you bring the greatest concepts of influence together in public speaking, management, leadership, causing yes with human beings with integrity? And finally, a business acceleration session available for everyone that will not be an infomercial, and we put that out as the greatest leakage closing experience you could possibly have in 1 hour. If you've ever had a better one, please tell us with who, because we want to go find them and pay them to learn from. Until then, we hold the space that this is the greatest hour you could spend in learning how to accelerate your professional practice, your business, period. It is unduplicated in the world, because for 27 years, I've been working on figuring out how to create that in 1 hour. So that's also there for you, if any of that resonates. And that would be, of course, and as a thank you to Tom and all of you, please connect with each other. Gina, thank you on behalf of Gina, the Unblinded team, Tom, all of us. I say this in final. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that sit right in front of all of us, like right there in our financial abundance, our time freedom, the impact we have in the world. It all sits right there. But at some level, Gina, at some level, we are all blind.
And just learning to see.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.